Okay. Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. This is going to be a controversial video. Trade again right after you take a big loss. I know what the advice is. It's you take a bad hit, your poor emotional structure is damaged, and you need to take the next day off and calm your brain and step back away from it. I disagree with that. You get back up on the horse. What are we doing here? You're going to complain because you're a retail trader about the stress you're under? If you're under stress as a retail trader, don't trade. You don't belong in trading. If you're a hedge fund manager or you're doing okay, there's a lot of stress there and you got to take the next day off and there's things that you got to do. But we're not hedge fund traders. We're not institutional traders. We're retail traders. We're trading because we're trying to improve our wealth situation. We're trying to replace our job income. We're not trying to dick around and pay for the light bill, for Christ's sake. That should not be stressful. It should be enjoyable for you to trade, to take your creative energies that you've put into developing your trading plan and that you've proved it out correctly over time, that you are consistent. Why are you going to moan and groan if you make a mistake and take a bad hit? I took a $6,700 hit. That's $6,700. Not long ago. That was about a week and a half ago. $6,700. Boom, gone. The next day, I got back on the horse and I traded again, and I made $1,400. And the day after that, I made $800. And the next day, I lost $500. And that's just trading. It's not stressful. $6,700 was a large hit for me. I trade six-figure account, so if I take a 10 pip hit on 10 lots, that's going to be that's going to be quite a bit of money, right? $100 a pip. It's $1,000. I took a $6,700 hit, so I made a mistake. I got my timing wrong. That doesn't mean I don't know how to trade. I got my timing wrong. Jesus. I get comments from people all the time. Oh, you lost 50 pips or that. Calm down. Go to daycare or something and heal your wounds, will you please? You shouldn't be trading if you're worried about that stuff. And particularly, you shouldn't be worried about what I'm doing. I'm not telling you how to trade. I'm telling you how I trade. I'm 74 years old. I was in real estate for 40 years. And retired a millionaire. I've lost $1 million twice in my life during that period due to economic collapse. And I made it back. I made the $1 million back each time. But it took me 10 years. You think I have any fear of losing $6,000 in a day? So take your mini accounts and your 1 and 3 lot accounts that aren't going to replace your job income because you don't know how to do it and you're afraid of taking risks and you're going to take the day off the next day because you got swatted and you lost a few $100s and you're used to losing, maybe $60. I don't feel sorry for you, and nor should you feel sorry for anybody who's propagating that kind of crap. Get on the boards and make some money. This is a great opportunity for us. Will the currency markets remain the same in providing the leverage and the flexibility of trading that we have today? I don't know. They changed the rules. The U.S. changed the rules, eliminated all this crazy high leverage situation and mandated that if you're going to get in and trade, you need to have 5% of the cash value of the currency to trade. That wasn't the case before. Now, the laws that the U.S. has put together are good laws because they help protect the retail trader from himself, because most don't know what they're doing, as evidenced by the fact that 90% are going to lose their money. We can't help you if you're going to go into this stuff untrained. If you were to go into neurosurgery to operate on people and you had no training, you're going to kill everybody. You have to have training. And we don't really care that you kill yourself, in trading. If you're unprepared, you're going to lose. And you can't blame it on your emotional state or whatever the heck else it is that bothers you. If things bother you, don't trade. It's really simple. And for people who do trade and are unafraid of it, don't be pompous and try to talk about the rules, the way the things are supposed to be and all that stuff. You try to get into a trade with a couple of $100,000 on the line, you're popping 20 or 30 lots, and you jack it and miss your opportunity, and the thing goes 40 pips against you, and you're big time down. But you've got the skills to make that back in a reasonable period of time. If I'm going to look at my trading, for example, this is what I do. Just don't watch my channel if you don't like my shit, okay? Look, I've been in martial arts for over 50 years. I pinch the heads off of people that are whiners and criers. Come on, give me a break. If you look at your trading and you have good metrics, then you know that 6 out of 10 times you're going to have a winning trade, and you're going to know what your average win value is. Therefore, you can do a daily or a per trade expectation is that when you sit down to trade, you make X amount of dollars on average. Okay, let's say you make $100 on average when you trade. And when you lose $10 or something, whatever it is. Well, so you make $100. Now you go in and you make a mistake and you lose $700. How long is it going to take you to make that $700 back? 7 days. So you're going to get your bowels in an uproar because you lost 70 times what you normally would lose. I mean, there's no need for it. But you're buying into all this crap that people from the banking and institutional side are telling us, retail traders, that we don't know what we're doing, and we do know what we're doing. It's just we can't perform under your guidelines because you're trading for a different purpose. And you're trading in a different environment than we're trading. You have to be on your desk at 6:30 in the morning, and you're not going to get out of there until 8 o'clock at night, and you're under a lot of stress. I'm going to come down in the morning after getting up. I'm going to turn my trading platform on, and I come in, and I'm brushing my teeth. I pull up the trading platform, and I look. I go, oh, isn't that look interesting? I'll go in, finish brushing my teeth, come back. Oh, that's still interesting. I put my limit orders on, and then I go get ready for the day. I go change and put stuff on. I've got my phone with me. If my phone beeps, I go down. The limit order got hit. I'm in. And I'll watch it. I've already set all the things up. How tough is this stuff? What are you going to do? You're going to sit there like an institutional trader and study the fundamentals and the economics and all this other crap for days on end to pick the fact that you're going to trade Ford stock instead of GM, or you're going to buy 200 barrels or 2,000 bushels of corn more than what you were going to do, 200,000 bushels of corn. Well, how difficult is it to be a retail trader? It's not difficult at all. But you have all these people out there teaching you how to make it complicated. I'm just telling you. If you are under stress, don't be trading currencies. If you're not under stress, if you look at it and you look at it as a challenge, look at it realistically. Don't pay any attention to these people. If you lose big, you lose really big, you lose far bigger than you should, well, spank you on your ass and sit you down and let's try it again. The next day, right away. Take the next trade. And if you lose it again, that means maybe you don't know what you're doing. Maybe you ought to really rethink what you're doing. There are ways that you manage your life with your trading. If your life is out of balance, what do you think your trading is going to be? Have faith in yourself at the work that you do. If you're taking courses or you're listening to people that are not teaching you how to build a good, strong foundation to your trading plan so that you can have confidence that what you're doing is going to work probabilistically over the long period of time on a statistical basis, then you should not be trading because you're going to lose your money. Where do you think the money goes that you lose? The 90% that lose their money, where does that money go? Does it just disappear into the ether? It means that 10% of the people are making 90% of the money. If they can do it, why can't you? They're not just lucky. They learn their craft. It's relatively simple. If you look at the education that's out there, it's too much information. And my advice to you is forget it all. 90% of it you don't need. That's what's causing you to lose because you're trying to learn everything. There's nothing to learn. Learn how to trade. Once you know how to trade, then you can pick out the information for the currency market that you need to know. You need to know what the value of a pip is and how to size your bank according to the volatility of the market. You need to know what just a few basic things. Underlying that is what's the purpose of the currency market that we're trading? What's the purpose of it? What not motivates it, but what makes that market work the way that it does? And how can you best take advantage of it? Write a rule and try it. Don't try it with a $40,000 account like I did, listening to all these people out there blowing shit at me. The money was gone. I was part of the 90%. I'm pretty smart. I did real estate for 40 years. Retired a millionaire. I'm not stupid, but I lost $40,000. Why? Because I believed these people out there that are telling you what you should be doing. Jesus, criminy. I've said this 1,000 times. I backed up after that $40,000 loss, and I looked at it the way a software engineer would look at it because I was a software engineer for 33 years. Learning how to solve complex problems, I spent 33 years learning how to do that. Not that it took 33 years. It just took somebody who knew what they were doing to teach me what to do, and I learned it very quickly. But I practiced it for 33 years. The same thing, over and over and over and over again. Well, here's this complex problem. It's called the currency market. If it's a problem, there must be a solution because some people are winning. 90% of the people are losing, but 10% are winning. What are they doing? Or better than that, what should I do in looking at that market to determine what the rules are? First, you have to learn what the rules of the game are before you develop your own rules in order to beat the game, right? Nobody tells you that. They don't teach you what the rules of the market are. They don't teach you what a freaking, oh, here, when the Bollinger Band does this and the RSI is there and the short moving average crosses here and the fucking fib level does this, then you take your entry. Really? That doesn't work. 90% chance against you, it doesn't work. Talk to any bank trader or institutional trader about technicals. They don't use technical analysis at all. Why? Because it isn't valid. None of it is valid. It's useless. Make it simple. Learn how to trade first before you jump up and say, oh, I've got this system where engulfing candle pattern or some shit like that. Learn how to trade. Learn what the rules of the market are. Develop a set of rules that fit into that flow. All you're trying to do, you're not the dog in this, we're just the tail as the retail trader. It's the institutional traders that are transacting billions of dollars a day. The currency market is $6.7 trillion a day market. That's the liquidity that we have available to us, not the 200,000 shares of Bob and Dick's furniture store. We have tremendous opportunity. We just have to learn what's the game, how do we play that game, and then sit back and relax and enjoy it. And if we make a mistake, we get the timing wrong or whatever, we know what the maximum amount is we can lose. You have to have that number in your head. So when the little red dial goes over and says you're negative X amount of dollars, you got to cut it and go. I was in a trade the other day with the bank size I was trading, and and whatever. I'm trading. I was trading in December with all the chaos in the market going on. Everybody else says, don't trade, don't trade. Come on. I did fine. I lost $6,700 a couple of weeks into that. I had a $4,000 up day. So, we're trying to balance the whole thing out. But I'm not afraid to trade during all that. I'm not being foolish or ridiculous about it. I'm just following my rules. When the rule says take the trade, go. And the rule says when it gets to a certain point here, cut it, take your loss, because you can easily make that back. Well, I made a mistake. It crossed that line, and I thought, well, I don't have very much time left to trade here in December. Right now I'm making this video. It's very early January of 2024. And I thought back then, I can let this run a little bit further. But I was carrying a lot of heat, so even though it only moved another 20 pips against me, it was a lot of money. And so I finally said, that's stupid. I wasn't following my rules. I shut the trade down. That was the end of the afternoon. I had dinner, watched a movie, life is good. Got back up on the trading desk the next morning. I had a trade on 15 minutes after I was looking at the platform, and 20 minutes later, $1,400. If I would have lost $1,400, I'd still take the next trade, because I've got that experience and I know my metrics and I know how to trade. That's what you have to do, guys. You have to learn your craft, and then you can trade with no fear. And then you trade again right after taking that big loss, because you will get a big loss. You'll screw it up. Everybody screws up. Anybody that tells you that they're not screwing up and taking horrendous losses they're lying to you. It's how you deal with the loss that counts, not trying to avoid the loss. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day, and have a great trading day.